I don't know. I think Hydra might just go full buy here. I don't think TLO is gonna switch it up, to be honest. I wouldn't
Like
mind
this game, he couldn't possibly try to like be aggressive. Is that what you think is happening in TLO's brain?
I'm not sure, but Hydra is making an overlord though, so we're not gonna see any early shenanigans here. Of course, on this map, it's the closest by air rush distance, at least in terms of reliable scouting. You will always scout your opponent. You will always or never be at a risk of your overlord dying. 2 queens at least. So yeah, on this map, players will have full scouting information. You can see that the second overlord, or actually the first overlord by TLO, is headed towards the middle of the map so that he can spot potential early pulls while going for a quick hatchery behind this. Now, I would have liked for Hydra to go for a quick hatchery because I think that the last thing that TLO would do on a map like this,
Put all of his eggs in one basket.
yeah, especially because Hydra has been the one that has rushed him the past 2 games, right? So you have to be wary that that is very much in Hydra's arsenal and just altogether avoid the situation, I think. So I would have liked for Hydra to either all in again or hatch first. He goes the safe way.
He does go to Safeway.
He does go to Safeway. That was a really lame, delirious joke. Safeway is our grocery, our local grocery shop. Okay, so Hydra's gonna spot TLO, and TLO's gonna be a little bit slower to spot Hydra, and that means that TLO doesn't have the gas pinned or spotted for Hydra, therefore doesn't know when Hydra and if Hydra is taking the gas. Seeing as Hydra went gasless last game, this could be pretty confusing for TLO, and we'll see how both players do from here on. I mean, Hydra has the slightly faster gas. He's going to have the slightly faster link speed.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be more of a standard game, more towards the standard game.
Potentially, I mean, Hydra still has potential for aggression. Wow, very quick roach warrants
From
on
both
ends.
players, yeah.
Yeah, cool stuff. So, but yeah, I think Hydra could have been a little bit aggressive if he wanted to. I really like the roach warrants though, because roaches are particularly strong on this map. The rush distance is really close, and that makes it so that if one player goes for, say, Ling Bane aggression and the other player goes for the safe roaches, as both are doing it at a time where roaches would be out in time to defend most attacks.
Wouldn't you want roaches on this map just because literally to the opponent's base is like a narrow choke, so Zerglings couldn't get the full wraparound, or it's a lot harder for Zerglings to get full wraparounds?
It is literally harder, yes. It is.
Okay. So it just looks like both players are pretty much doing mirror things at the moment. I mean, Hydra does get the scout off. I don't think TLO got his scout off.
And TLO did get the hatchery first, so you can see he's reaping the benefits of that by having an extra drone, for example.
Which is right there.
Like that. And that drone, yeah, I'm not sure what. I guess it's to hatchery block in case of Link Flood. That's the only thing that makes sense. So yeah, just the creative juices are flowing for sure. And he's taking a much faster third than Hydra, while Hydra is getting the faster roaches defensively because TLO feels safe by just having that drone ready to block with a hatchery in the path of Hydra. So will he do it? It is likely, but perhaps unnecessary. So he's just going to pull the drone back at this point. He's already got his own roaches on the way, and he's making a spine as well to try to help defend.
He's pretty safe right now, would you say?
Yeah, I think so for the most part. I mean, as roaches pop out, he should be in fine position to defend.
He did try to take a third, right? TLO?
Yeah, he had to cancel it. I think that that's a little bit of an overcommitment by TLO. I think he should have tried to hold without canceling the third, but I'm not sure.
Really good micro from Hydra, not losing a single roach.
Yeah, well done so far. And now pushing in, just looking for trades before the spine comes up. He might run past the roaches onto the left side.
Camping the top of the ramp might be pretty big, right?
Maybe. Oh, the top of yeah.
TLO's ramp, yeah.
Yeah, that would be okay, but I don't know. Like, TLO is gonna have reinforcements popping up, so I'm not sure if even committing this army to the base is the right call by Hydra. But I mean, it's already done its job, right? Like, this already did pretty good. So the aftermath of the attack is gonna be both players pretty much dead even.
Well, he forced the drone pull.
Yeah, and
Or
Hydra,
drone
Hydra
attack.
did lose the entire army going up the ramp with pretty much getting nothing done. So actually now TLO has the clear supply lead. And he will have the faster third as well, and the counterattack. So again, I'm not sure if I would have gone up the ramp. I think that what he was doing, just picking off drones at the natural, would have been perfectly fine. Even forcing a drone pool out of the natural would have been fine. And even backing right after the spine finished would have been okay. So I think an overcommittal by Hydra, because right now he can't drone up because he has to defend this.
Yeah, he has to
Right.
make units.
Yeah, exactly. So really nice micro by TLO. They're sniping that little Ravager. Hydra does have the faster +1 attack, and that could potentially give him a little bit of a timing. In terms of drones, Hydra's only... Actually, they're dead even now. So with 5 in production for Hydra and 3 for TLO. So TLO with the larger supply, mostly in army, is probably going to look to make something happen. I would not mind that at all.
He's taking his sweet time, though.
He most definitely is, and both players are actually... Hydra
Wow.
is the one scooting around. He is not getting link speed, but he has links. TLO doesn't have links, but it's not getting link speed. So yin and yang, some would say.
Is that what you say?
Absolutely. So we'll see what this Ling run by does. Hydra morphing the Ravagers in front of the Overlord and trapping one of his own roaches, going spastic actually. Having a little bit of a seizure, and now it's freed finally. But only 3 Ravagers not going to be able to take down that Overlord. These Lynx might get a Queen, and that would be worth it for them because they are completely worthless otherwise. But they're just going to have to back away. TLO made a lot of Lynx, so Hydra should be smelling that TLO has speed pretty close to completion. I would have liked for him to just fight. Maybe he'll fight up a ramp. Maybe that's what he's looking for. But TLO will actually abandon Hydra's Lynx. That's a gentleman thing to do, really.
The gentleman's game.
It is a gentleman's game, and TLO is an upstanding gentleman, so he's gonna let Hydra's Lynx live for now.
Now, the army supply is obviously in TLO's favor right now. But Hydra is getting that +2 and broach speed, so after those finish...
Uh-oh, this Lynx are gonna catch 3 Ravagers for free. And that's pretty tough. Hydra just wanted to check the ramp. That might be a little too much. That's a lot of Zerglings. Hydra's gonna have to look for a choke, and he doesn't find it. And the full wraparound is gonna make it so that TLO throws his creative juices onto Hydra's roaches. That is gonna close out game number 3. Nicely played by TLO. Very well done. And this is gonna take us to game number 4, believe it or not. So the foreigners continue the streak of at least not getting 3-0'd. And that is something. Now, can TLO be the second foreigner to join Bly on Fire onto the round of 8? It's certainly possible.